All right, today I want you to go over your responses to the Discovery Education lesson on biotic and abiotic factors. Let's start with the first page here. Look at your definition for biotic. And today, remember, if anything doesn't necessarily match, or if you're missing some information, I want you to use your red pen or different colored ink to fill in what you were missing or something that you got wrong. Biotic factors are the living parts of ecosystems. So when we think about an ecosystem, some of the biotic factors, some of the things that might be considered a biotic factor could be plants, bacteria, humans, mushrooms, or birds. Those are all examples of biotic organisms or biotic factors in an ecosystem. Abiotic are the non-living parts of an ecosystem. The prefix A here means without, okay? And if we look at this, the word biotic, bio means life, okay? So abiotic means without life. So abiotic factors are the non-living parts of ecosystems. Some examples of those could include air, water, sunlight, rocks, or temperature. And I asked you to write a little bit about how organisms could compete for abiotic and biotic factors in ecosystems. And they actually compete for both. So for example, abiotic factors, plants will compete for sunlight in the forest floor. They're both going to fight for the sunlight. They're going to see who can grow the tallest, to see who they can grow the quickest to get that sunlight first in order to survive. But organisms also compete for biotic factors. An example of that, birds might compete over an insect or maybe over some seeds. And that would be food. Another example with birds, they might compete or fight over a mate. So they're fighting over another living thing as well, another biotic factor. All right, let's look at the data table here. On the data table, I asked you, we have some living things. I asked you to this time pay attention to what is needed by these living things. What are some abiotic factors that they need? And then what are some biotic factors that they need in order to survive? And when we think about humans, we need oxygen to breathe, okay? And biotic factors, we need meat. We need some kind of protein, so that, you know, we need animals in order to survive. And whether that's animals or plant proteins, we have to eat another living thing in order to survive. Trees need water for photosynthesis to happen. They need sunlight for photosynthesis to happen. A biotic factor that they need, some plants need animals to move their seeds around from place to place so they can reproduce. Bacteria, most bacteria need oxygen to breathe, okay? Something that they need, something that's alive that they need is they need habitat. They need places to live, all right? So for example, humans, bacteria need us. They live inside of us and they need us for that habitat. Sharks need water for their habitat, and they need seals for food. Birds need oxygen to breathe, and they need insects or seeds for their food, maybe even a tree for their home or a tree for their habitat. Mushrooms need water to grow, and once again, they need trees for a habitat. A lot of mushrooms grow on the sides of trees. That bark makes great habitat for them. Okay, and I left these two blank. You should have your own examples here of other living things, abiotic factors that are needed, and then the biotic factors that are needed.